Ronnie from ATGNAT Podcast back, and for the first time talking Scream 6 news. On June 5th, Neve Campbell went public and said that her and the studio could not come to a financial agreement and she would not be appearing in Scream 6. Weeks later, the rumor started flying that she had secretly negotiated a deal. They had come to terms, and she would have a cameo in Scream 6 and a much larger role in Scream 7. Now, the social media accounts and the YouTubers that broke this story in the past have been very, very credible. Cut to today, Sean Clark on his podcast announced that while on a phone call with Neve Campbell where he was touching base to make sure that she was still a go for a convention commitment, asked her about her role in Scream 6, and Neve Campbell came out to Sean Clark and said it was complete BS and she would address it at the convention. What's true and what's not true? Has Neve Campbell secretly signed on for Scream 6, a surprise cameo at the end, and a much larger role in Scream 7? Or is this a scenario where the studio is leaking things to credible sources out there to try to confuse fans? Because right now, fans do not know what to think. They do not know if Neve Campbell's going to show up in this movie or not, which could be good and it could not be good depending on the fan. Most fans that I know aren't very excited about a Scream movie without Neve Campbell. Now, a lot of fans don't care either way as long as it's a good Scream movie. So there's two situations at play right now. And don't get me wrong, we're a small channel. We have zero sources. This is all what we think. There's two scenarios at play right now. One, Neve Campbell never signed on for Scream 6 like she claims, and the studio is leaking bad information to credible sources. Happens all the time. Or, and more likely the scenario, Neve Campbell has signed on for Scream 6 and Scream 7 like reported, and the studio is telling her to keep it quiet, play the fans, play the horror media, and let it be a big surprise in March. Is it a wise decision? You're all talking about Scream right now. There's going to be tons of scenarios played out over YouTube tomorrow and the next week with influencers talking about this is what Scream's going to be like without Neve Campbell. This is what Scream's going to be like with Neve Campbell in it. The bottom line is, I think the studio, and notice what I said there, I think, no sources, don't need any sources. It's more fun to just speculate. I think Neve Campbell has signed on for Scream 6. And I think the studio is pulling the old switcheroo, the old Spider-Man No Way Home, where they tell her, tell them the opposite. And they'll find out in March. They'll be curious. So until then, it should be interesting how many stories continue to break on Neve Campbell. Will the studio come clean? Will they keep playing this game? I don't know. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, hit me down in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We're going to start covering Scream now. What a great day to start covering Scream. Actual big news breaking. See you later. If you like this video, if you enjoyed this content, give us a like. Comment in the section down below and let me know everything you agree or disagree with. If you want to check out our podcast, we're available on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, anywhere you can find podcasts. The ATGNAT podcast is there. I recommend checking it out. It's a really good show. We need people to listen. We love fans. Thanks for listening, guys. We love you.